Hello and welcome to the Bird Tales. I'm on a WMA with Gilligan. And this is Gilly's first hunt in 10 days. And the reason is because 10 days ago, he ran around the backside of our garage into the woods. And when he came back up into the house, what'd you do? He must have impaled himself on a stick or something. But he had a big gash on his chest. 8 stitches later, and he has not been able to get out hunting this whole time. So it's been a Skip show all week. So last Saturday, I went out with Skip to a WPA, and while I was doing the closing interview for the last episode, a vehicle pulled up, started coming over the hill, and I could see that the guy had blaze orange on. And I had just come from a whole bunch of other public land. I drove around a little bit before I got there. It was 10 o'clock. I saw nobody else in any other parking lot. So this guy pulls up over the hill, sees me, stops, turns around, goes the other direction. I didn't think anything of it. I figured he saw me and he was leaving. So I got Skip out and we took off. We get onto the north side of the cornfield we were walking around, and I can hear a guy off to my left yelling for his dog. I'm thinking I'm just gonna walk up on top of this hill right here so I can see if I can figure out where this guy is so we can avoid him. But of course, you know exactly what happens as soon as you stop paying attention to the dog. A nice rooster flushed. I turned and took a shot. Took 2 shots actually, I think. Didn't touch him. He was gone. So I was extremely frustrated, and I thought, well, if this is the way the day is going to go, I'm going to be a very unhappy man. But it actually turned into one of the best days of the season because Skip got his first solid point. I walked up, the bird flushed, I shot it.
Whoa. Good boy, Skip! Good boy!
He went and picked it up. He didn't bring it all the way back to me, but it's okay. This was the first one.
Good boy.
But it was fantastic. I was so happy with the way it worked. So we picked up that bird, we kept going. A little bit later, Skip actually went on point in this really thick brush, and I thought it was definitely going to be a rough grouse, but there was really no way I was going to get to it. So I ended up just bulldozing my way through all this brush, and by the time I got to the other side where I could see, Skip had moved on, and I just caught the rooster as he flushed out in front of Skip a ways. He had been running through there, but he made the mistake of landing where I could see him. Skip and I went around, got to where we thought he landed, and then we worked our way down, and sure enough, he flushed, and I made a good shot, and that was our limit for the day.
Skip, you're doing it. You're really doing it, Skipper.
So then the next day, we went to a different WPA, and Skip had another great day. Well, actually, first, we flushed a woodcock, and I saw where it landed, so I brought Skip downwind and tried to get him to point it, and he just bulldozed through it, so I wasn't feeling the most confident. But we worked our way up to the edge of the WPA, and Skip went on point and allowed me to get around the outside, and he kind of worked his way slowly, kind of going on point, walking, pointing, walking, and as I was standing there, rooster got up just in front of me to my right, and I shot him, made a good shot on him, and Skip picked him up and brought her back to me. So that was another great bird.
Good boy, Skipper. Good boy, Skipper. Good boy.
We continued to walk around that WPA all the way around the outside to the other end, and interestingly enough, I was looking at my phone trying to figure out the best way to get back to the vehicle, and nothing looked good anymore. There was an overgrazed pasture behind us, and a plowed up wheat field on the other edge. I figured we're probably not going to see any more birds, and Skip was really adamant on this brush pile that we had just went by. He had just walked through it, and I was looking at my phone, so I put my phone away when I seen that he was working on something, and I crept back around to the other side of the brush pile. And as I'm standing there, he is just locked up on point. He's not moving an inch. And so I'm looking in there like, well, man, there's got to be a bird right here. And right in front of my face, rooster gets up. I shot him. He went down. Skip picked him up, brought him to me.
Good boy.
It was another great bird.
Skip, come.
So things are really starting to click now for Skip, which makes me really happy because he was way behind and Gilly was doing a lot better than him. Sorry. But now Gilly's been out for 10 days, so we're trying to get back into the swing of things. And he's whining at me. So tonight, we went out to this WMA and we flushed a rooster literally right there. I mean, we weren't very far from the car at all. And I think he probably just heard us coming and so he flushed. Gilly wasn't anywhere near him. But he flushed up across me. And I don't know how I hit him. I shouldn't have even shot with how far away he was. But I shot, he fell. And when he hit the field, he stood up immediately and was sprinting for the cover. And he was a long ways away. So I ran as fast as I could to get up there. I'm calling Gilly. Gilly never saw it happen, so he didn't know what was going on. We got there, Gilly worked around, got real birdie, kept going on point, but it was clear that rooster was running hard. And we were not able to track him down, so we lost him, unfortunately. But we put up a good search for him, and I don't know what else we could have done. And then we got a little bit further back and crept around the outside of these willows, and a rooster flushed right in front of me. And Gilly was right behind him. We were upwind of him, so I wasn't really surprised that Gilly didn't go on point. He flushed right in front of both of us. Gilly was chasing after him, and I was still thinking about this bird right here that got away from us. And so I didn't shoot. My shot was a little obstructed, and he was out there a little bit, but Gilly was right behind him, and he was probably within good range. I should have shot. We would have got that bird, but that's how it goes. And that's it. That's how I'm ending my week. So I appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for next time. See ya.